Let's get it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to your favorite film podcast. It should be your favorite, but if you said your favorite was the Film Scoop, I wouldn't put it past you. That's one of my favorites. Film Scoop.
Film Scoop.
Shout out Cash and Carl.
We just blaze the boys on here.
Dude, we really do. Like, do you remember when they talked about Dune 2 and Carl was like, talking about like, so Denis obviously has a plan.
Yeah.
Getting Mom skip this if you're listening. He obviously has a plan to give us all bonus. What's his game here? That's how I feel about the Film Scoop.
I don't know if you're caught up yet, but the Godzilla x Kong episode is favorite.
Oh, Guys Being Dudes was really good. Yeah, go check out the Film Scoop. We glaze them so much. But yeah, average film enjoyer. We're back. Sorry we're coming to you a day late on this episode. Evan was hanging out with his pops.
Yeah, my dad lives across the country in Ontario, and he's visiting this week, so we've been hanging out. We got Chinese. We boshed last night, Chinese food. Good time.
Hell yeah, man.
I had a pretty hectic day at work, so he was like, just go chill. Just go rot in bed, and I was like, thank you. Appreciate that.
But we're back today. We're going to talk about some of the latest movie news.
Movie releases for you, which is very rare because Trey doesn't go to the theaters very often, and I don't either. But Dad's in town, and he's fucking paying for the movies, so
hell yeah, dude!
And
you got two new releases.
I don't know if you saw the one I watched today.
Yeah, no, I did see that. So we're gonna do some movie news first, and then we're gonna let Evan glaze his two new releases.
Holy
2
smokes.
5 stars. We're gonna let Evan glaze those, and then we're changing up the format from now on. And then right after that, we're gonna do what we've been watching. Shout out to the Film Scoop for inspiration. I like what they do, so we're gonna do it too. Not in the same specific, like, kind of like we're just changing about where we talk about what we're watching.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do our 2 IMDb reviews for the day, which are Buster Keaton's Sherlock Jr. and Mad Max Fury Road.
Ray finally has watched it. He's watched Peak.
Yeah, what's George Miller's game here? Get my penis hard like this. Yeah. What's his game here? What's the end game?
Well, I can't wait to talk about Fury Road with you because we haven't talked about it since we watched
What a day! What a lovely day!
Talk about spraying chrome on your mouth and being a dude.
Dude,
I was rewatching
for real.
it. We'll talk about it later, but I was rewatching it and I just messaged the Real Talk Discord and I said I kind of feel like buying a can of chrome spray painting my mouth chrome. And I got 2 messages that said, I kind of forgot you were watching Mad Max, and I was very confused by this message.
And then we are gonna finish the episode with what we think are some of the 10 of the greatest stunts of all time. And this doesn't need to be like an actor doing a stunt, just like 10 of like the coolest dedications to like a shot or just some crap like that, you know? Tom Cruise will definitely make an appearance. Probably multiple things from Mr. Christopher Nolan, the Chad himself. Yeah. But before we get into any of that exciting stuff, Evan, how's your week been? How's life been since Friday?
Yeah, it's been busy. Work is really crazy right now. We've got the regional managers coming in this week, so
yeah,
trying to look good, you know, in all the chaos. So it's been chaotic but good. I'm looking for my charger. It's all good. It's super busy but good. I mean, I'm off work early, so I get to come home and, you know, vibe after work. I've been watching a bunch of cool movies. I watched, which I'm very excited to talk about, some first watches.
Hell yeah.
That I'll get into later. But yeah, it's been good. I mean, it's, you know, it's tiring. I get up early. I woke up at 2:50 a.m. this morning for work. So
hell yeah, brother.
I'm a little sleepy. But I'm thriving.
Yeah.
I'm excited. How you doing?
How you doing? That was a big meme when Dune 2 came out.
Moto likes you.
The Joey from Friends going, "How you doing?" Have you ever seen Office Space?
Yeah, I love Office Space.
There's another great one with the neighbor who's like the neighbor of the main character who's like a complete idiot, and he has like the mullet and the mustache. Well, there's this picture of him, and he's like he's like sitting back. It's that shot of him back on the couch, and he's like, someone put the caption, "Yeah, I'm ready for Dune." And then you swipe the picture right on TikTok, and it says, "Doing 2 chicks at the same time." Made me laugh hard.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Okay, the first time I saw Office Space, I was like 14 and I hadn't had a job yet. I need to rewatch it having a job because I think it'll hit way better.
Yeah, it's really.
I already liked it as a kid. I already thought. It was funny.
And Jennifer Aniston is in it. Who says no to that?
Yep.
Absolutely no one. No, I'm good. I started this weekend on Saturday. Saturday started my basically like 3.5 weeks of working every day. So I worked Saturday because like I'm working out the last of, because I started a new job on Monday, which I work Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30. So I'm in the middle of working out the rest of my schedule at Chipotle and starting this new job. So basically, how the next few weeks are is I worked on Saturday and Sunday, and then I've worked the past 3 days, and then I work until Friday at this new job, and then I work this Saturday and Sunday, and then I work all of next week. And I work next Wednesday night too. So I get off work around 5 or 5:30, and then I go straight to Chipotle to work a 6-hour shift.
Pain.
And then I work next, not this upcoming weekend, but next weekend. That'll be my last weekend.
Nice.
And then I work that entirety next week after that, and then I have a weekend off.
Hell yeah.
So
that's gonna hit so good, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, like 2 weeks in, I might just go lay down on the freeway and see what happens.
Yeah.
My body is already like, bleh. Like today was day 5, so I'm just like exhausted. But yeah, other than that, I'm doing good. I've only been able to do like 2 movies a day, so I've had to be more selective in the movies I choose. I did a couple rewatches that I'm excited to talk about. I finally stopped being a dumb person and just accepted that Zodiac is a 5-star.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
What? What did you think I was going to say?
Okay, I thought you were going to talk about not watching Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, well, no, but I'll talk about that once we talk about Mad Max.
I haven't seen Zodiac in many years, since I believe 2014.
Yeah.
And it's kind of soured on me a little, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I need to rewatch it.
Well, let me tell you this. David Fincher, he seems to know how to direct a movie.
He sure does.
Jake Gyllenhaal seems like he might know a thing or two about acting. Same with Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Ruffalo. And John Carroll Lynch. I mean, that movie is just insane.
We love John Carroll Lynch. Shout out.
We do. Does he have a tax credit? I think he has like a 1-star tax credit.
Yeah, he might.
And he's in like everything. But yeah, that movie just has the juice. It's so damn good. It's like over 2.5 hours long, and it doesn't feel like that at all. It's paced so incredibly well. I do all the posters myself is one of the most terrifying lines in cinema history. If you know, you know. And if you haven't seen the movie, that makes no sense. But in the context, yeah, it's just a great film. But I'll talk about that more once we get into it. But let's do some movie news, because we have a lot.
There's a lot, yeah. Do you want to kick it off? I got a big list.
A lot of real stinky movie news, as I should say.
There is some good stuff, though.
Yeah, let's see.
Let me kick it off with something very exciting. Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis will premiere in competition at Cannes Film Festival on May 17th. This movie's finally coming out.
Yeah. What was that tweet about it?
This
how Francis Ford Coppola it is just like, people were like, yeah, it just feels like Francis Ford Coppola is just going like, here's boobs, here's drugs.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, duh. And you have problems with that?
It's seeming like this movie is having a very hard time finding a distributor because it's weird as shit and I'm assuming long.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't end up on Netflix because I want to see it in theaters. But it's cool. It's getting a premiere. I'm excited to see what people think of it.
Yeah. I mean, I know this is, for a lot of people, their, like, most anticipated movie of the year.
Yeah.
Really, just because it's, like, Coppola directing it, you know. I don't know what the last movie he came out with was.
Let me look it up.
Let me pull up. I should have already had my letterboxed up. Trey, what are you doing? Being a bad host here.
The last movie he made was Twixt in 2011.
Oh, so it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And Megalopolis has been in development for like 40 years. He just could never find somebody to pay for it. I mean, he paid for the whole movies himself. He just can't find someone to distribute it, so he kind of put it on the back burner.
What the heck is Twixt?
I don't know. Tyler and a few other people really love it.
Val Kilmer, Elle Fanning.
I want to check it out.
Ryan has it at 1.5 stars.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a horror movie.
It's super divisive. I want to check it out.
Yeah. I do love me some Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
I didn't know Coppola did Captain EO.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know what Captain EO is?
No.
Oh, it's like this dope Michael Jackson music video.
Sure.
From like the 80s.
Nice.
That they used to have at Disneyland, and you'd like go into like a theater, like it was like a ride. You'd like go into a theater and watch Captain EO, and it was pretty sweet.
I got two other super hype news things that I want to talk about. The Joker 2 Folie à Deux trailer.
Yeah.
It looked peak. It looks very peak. I need it. Give me this movie. Make it a full-blown... I know it's not a full-blown musical, but it looks like a musical, and I'm very excited by that fact. I like that the trailer didn't show any of the songs or anything like that. It showed him playing piano and stuff like that. It looks peak. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. What about you? I mean, Lady Gaga, she's going to fucking crush it as Harley Quinn.
I don't know. I'm not, honestly, not the biggest... I mean, I've talked about this before. I'm not the biggest fan of the first one.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm still going to go watch it. Because I still, like, enjoy the first one.
Yeah. You seen Stars Born or no? I feel like we've talked about this.
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Man.
And I know I need to.
We'll watch it together. We can cry together because it's very sad.
Yeah. I have listened to Tell Me Something, Girl. That song, whatever it's called. I have listened to that a considerable amount.
It's called Shallow, and it's not even top 5 in the soundtrack.
That's insane, because that song just bangs. That song's a certified banger.
I told you about how Bradley Cooper was taught guitar by Willie Nelson's son. The movie opens.
No, I've heard that song too, and that song is really good. But Shallow is just like it's iconic.
Yeah, it's really cool, dude. We got to do a review of Stars Born. The movie, they filmed a lot of the concert scenes at Lady Gaga's concerts, and they got Bradley Cooper to play as an opener. You know, like an opener one song as the cameras are on, and I remember reading the crowds are super confused, but it's super cool to see him playing live in front of a fucking studio audience at a huge festival. Like, it's so real feeling. Oh, it's so good. Man, I need to watch it again. It's so good. So I'm very excited for Joker 2. I love the first one. I love the first one. I watched him like last month. Loved it. The other super hype news, which I will be following up on Tuesday because it comes out tonight. Actually, it's out now. Fallout, the TV show, directed and written by Christopher Nolan's brother, Jonathan Nolan, getting astounding reviews. Absolutely astounding. 95 on Rotten Tomatoes. Extremely reviewed by all the great video game journalists I follow on Twitter that I listen to every day. I can't wait to watch this show. I cannot wait. As soon as we finish this podcast, I'm watching the first episode.
Hell yeah.
I'm super, super excited for that. I love the lore and world of Fallout. I don't love the gameplay, so I'm really excited to dive into a world I love and just enjoy it. Walton Goggins, the GOAT, that's a tax credit right there.
That
Playing
is.
the villain. It's gonna be peak. I'm very, very excited for that. Onto some very stinky news.
We got a lot of stinky news.
This is maybe the stinkiest of all for me. Blumhouse will be developing a new Blair Witch movie.
That's not stinky at all. I'm hyped.
Cancel it. Blumhouse, you're washed up. Stop making movies. Leave Blair Witch alone. The remake in 2013 or 14, surprisingly good. Leave it at that. You don't need to touch this franchise.
Blumhouse, you hate, you and Jagger always hating on Blumhouse. They have some bangers.
You know what the last movie they put out was? Night Swim.
Okay, but let's look at other movies Blumhouse has put out.
Before Night Swim, Megan. Shit. 2 shit movies.
Evan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Your mic keeps unplugging or something. Let's look at some movies Blumhouse has produced. Shall we? Whiplash. Maybe one of the greatest movies ever.
Go to horror movies. This does not count.
Okay, horror movies? Yeah. Get Out. Maybe one of the greatest movies ever. Us.
Okay.
A movie that you like better than Get Out.
I sure
Split.
Do.
Peak.
I do like Split.
The Black Phone. Peak.
I love that movie. That's true.
The Invisible Man. Peak. No
Overrated.
talking yet. Shut up. Shut up.
You know, I think that movie's overrated.
Shut up. David Gordon Green's Halloween remake. Ooh. The first one.
That's the first one. Movie. Love that. That's Peak. My favorite Halloween movie.
Sinister. Peak.
Also Peak, yeah.
Hush. Peak. Creep.
So good.
Peak. Upgrade. Peak. Paranormal Activity. Peak. Yeah. The Visit. Peak.
But you can't deny they're on a streak of stinky ass movies. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Unfriended. Peak.
I
Creep 2. Peak. The First Purge. Peak. All the Paranormal Activity movies. Yeah. Peak. Most of them.
Yeah,
the first 4.
But you can't deny they're on a stinky streak. They are. They sure are.
Yeah, everybody has stinky streaks.
So we'll see. I mean, they're on a 3-peat stinky streak.
Okay, I'm going to sort this by release date.
Oh, God.
Sort by release date. Newest first. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Well, Freddy's The Exorcist Believer wasn't awful. But it wasn't good. Wasn't awful, though.
Heard it was stinky. Haven't seen it yet.
Insidious The Red Door, again, not awful, not great.
My favorite movie of 2023, except The Outwaters. I despise that movie.
It's not great. I'm not saying that, but it's a good time.
It doesn't have an antagonist, and it doesn't have a climax. It's boring as shit. Terrible. Hate it.
It does have an antagonist. It's the lipstick demon, or whatever they call it.
Who's in it for 2 to 3 minutes. Terrible movie. Ugh.
Okay. Stinky streak. But they had the Black Phone. In 2021.
Yeah, Black Phone Speak. We'll see.
The past few years, they had Freaky with Catherine Newton and Vince Vaughn.
Super fun. I am going into this with an open mind because number one, I love the Blair Witch Project. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Oh, it's amazing.
I really like the remake. Super fun. And I love found footage horror. So I will go see this. I want it R-rated because it needs to be, not for the gore sake, but just because I don't want them hearing saying like heck and all that stuff. Like the Blair Witch movies are scary because they feel real. So don't give me PG-13 language because it's annoying.
Yeah, you wouldn't be out here getting chased by a ghost going, dang it.
Yeah.
Shoot, man.
I'm conditionally excited for this. I will watch it for sure. Some more sad news, not stinky but sad. Saw 11 delayed a year.
That's fine.
Take your time and cook because Saw 10 is a banger. I freaking love Saw 10. Oh my god. You see Saw 10?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, 4.5. I adore it.
I know. I know how much you love it.
Oh, it's so
I know.
Good. They've delayed the Crow remake a couple months.
That's okay.
Movie. Don't make it. Brandon Lee's legacy, leave it intact. Like, don't remake this movie.
I think it looks sick.
I didn't watch the trailer because I feel like it's yucky to remake a movie where the main character was murdered on set by accident. It just feels weird, you know? I might watch it. I won't go see it in theaters, but I might check it out. We'll see. M. Night Shyamalan. We got a lot of horror news. New movie, Trap, follows a concert that is being used by police to catch a serial killer with Josh Hartnett as the killer. Yeah, that's a sick. Okay,
that actually sounds pretty sweet.
Fun. That sounds super fun. M. Night Shyamalan always has the sickest plots to his movies. Sometimes they pan out, sometimes they don't. So we'll see. Because old, sick-ass plot. Terrible movie. Knock at the Cabin. Movie. Knock at the Cabin. Sick-ass plot. Sick-ass movie. We'll see. Very, very, very intrigued by it. We'll check it out. Shout out to Cash, real quick. Phil Lord and Chris Miller's Project Hail Mary, which is a book he has recommended to me many times, will release in 2026, starring Ryan Gosling. I won't read the plot. He told me not to read it, so I skimmed over it. That's super hype. He said the book is incredible. He read the entire thing in 3 days. Yeah. I'm curious how you feel about this. I don't know. I have like 2 or 3 more. Now You See Me 3 will bring back the original cast and combine them with the new generation. And the Venom director is directing. Have you seen the first 2? I know some people ride them.
Yeah. I have a distinct... I haven't seen the second one because I have a distinct memory. I have a distinct memory of what is happening. What are you doing? What's... I don't know what Evan's doing. But I have a distinct memory. I was probably like 12 or 13. Yeah. And you know, I'm a film enjoyer. I'm not a film critiquer. That's how I've always been. And I have a distinct memory of Now You See Me being the first movie I finished and being like, wow, that was a bad movie. I was like 8 or 9 years old and I finished and I was like, yeah, that wasn't good.
I remember hating the plot twist at the end. I thought it was
God,
shit.
It's so stupid.
God damn it, I did it.
What?
My headphone cord is too long. I'm back. Hold on. Let the camera re-kick.
Okay. That's all I had for movie news.
I got 2 more. There we go. I'm back. This is one of the funniest headlines I've ever seen, and I can't believe it's real.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg will star as balding hitman in Mel Gibson's Flight Risk, where a character attempts to complete an assassination on a small plane. Trey, we're watching this movie together. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but guess what? It has 2 absolute weirdos, Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg. Both weird dudes.
I love that the news story says balding hitman. That's crazy shit.
That is.
The other one, Keanu Reeves is going to return as John Wick in Ballerina, which is set between John Wick 3 and 4.
Hell yeah.
We'll see. We were just talking about this before the pod started. Last thing. Ice Spice has been cast in Spike Lee's remake of High and Low, starring Denzel Washington. Trey's mom, cover your ears. Fucking cancel this stupid movie. What are you doing here?
Okay, so
Akira
Spike
Kurosawa
Lee.
alone.
It's obvious that he is suffering from some sort of dementia
Yeah.
or Alzheimer's, something like that, because it's obvious he doesn't remember the absolute train wreck that was his other Asian remake
Yeah.
remake of an Asian film, Old Boy. So he's like, you know what? I've never remade an Asian film. I'm gonna do that. He obviously doesn't remember Old Boy. It's okay. Let's put him in a home and let's cancel this movie. This is an awful idea. Hasn't had sex or what? Hasn't had success. What did he say? Success with it before. So why would it work now?
He's a great director. Why is he doing this?
He is.
He's great at making original films. He's made so many amazing original films.
Agreed.
Black Klansman is... I actually think that might be based on... That's a true story. Never mind.
That is a true story.
But... And so is Defy Bloods. Those two movies, great movies. Black Klansman is phenomenal. What the hell are you doing, Spike Lee?
Yeah.
We're talking shit about Green Book at the Oscars, and you're about to cook maybe one of the worst movies ever conceived.
You know what I really hope is that because obviously we're going to go and see it.
Yeah.
I really hope it comes out and we both come on the pod and we're like, damn, that was actually pretty good.
I would feel like
Just
a real idiot if that happened.
I would feel real silly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, last thing. Nia DaCosta, strong director of Captain Marvel, but she's made some good movies.
Like The Candyman, which Evan refuses to say is good because he is not an intellectual like myself.
I am a Clive Barker elitist, and I will stand by it. That movie has nowhere near as amount of juice as the original. I like it. It's good. It's a 3.5 or a 4. I think I gave it.
That's a 4.5, easily, dude.
You haven't even seen the original, have you?
I don't need to.
Yes, you do. Stop.
I'll just go watch Nia DaCosta's version. It's sick as hell.
She is directing the second movie in the 28 Years Later trilogy. So I guess they're making a sequel trilogy to the original 2 movies, which is cool. It's kind of weird that they announced her as the director of the second movie.
Yeah, that is a bit weird.
We'll see. Yeah, I'll make Trey watch Candyland at some point. I made him watch Hellraiser and he liked it, so he'll probably.
I did like Hellraiser.
Candyland. You'll like.
It was like Hellraiser is like a porno with a lot of gore.
Yeah, Candyman's not that horny. Replace the sex with bees, and you get Candyman. Yeah, that's how it goes. Let's do what we've been watching. Do you want me to do my 2 new releases first? Or
go ahead and glaze for a sec.
Yeah, so last weekend I went and saw Monkey Man with my dad and my brother. This movie rips. It is phenomenal.
The juice is loose.
Yeah, Dev Patel cooked so hard on this movie. Visually, it's stunning. The camera work is awesome. It's a lot of handheld and, not shaky cam, but it's handheld. Very fast-paced camera movements. The action is great. It's pretty much, there's action at the beginning and there's action at the end, and there's a very interesting and thought-out storyline in the middle that is super intriguing and interesting. The Indian backdrop is super interesting, dealing with the culture. I adored this movie. I gave it a 5-star. It's really interesting because the first act, when he goes for the action, he's not a very well-trained fighter, and he kind of gets his shit pushed in. And at the end, he's trained because the second act is a training arc, and he pops the fuck off.
We love training arcs.
Yeah, this movie rips. There's a scene, it's in the trailer tray. I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but...
Of course I've seen the trailer. It's been everywhere.
Yeah, so he stabs this dude in the neck in an elevator and then gets his hand pinned down. So he grabs the knife with his mouth and drags it across this dude's neck. It's crazy. The action is so good. The color palette is immaculate. He is phenomenal. Charlton Copley, shout out District 9, and shout out, he's just awesome. He plays the boxing announcer, so there's these like boxing, underground fight scenes where he's wearing the monkey mask.
Yeah, dude, it looks sick as hell.
Super awesome. Go see this movie. It rips. It absolutely rips. Monkey Man is amazing. I'm gonna go see it again. I'll probably buy it. It's sick. Yeah, it's really, really good. I loved it. And then today, I saw Civil War. Shout out my Pookie Bear, top 15 Pookie, Alex Garland. This movie is fucking awesome.
Is Alex Garland on your hall pass list?
He might be after this. Yeah, this movie rips. This movie's awesome. It's super entertaining. It's very intense, riveting. The violence is super disturbing and impactful. The action set pieces in the third act are breathtaking. It's like, Trey, you played the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, the original one?
No.
Okay, never mind. Play that also. It's like that. It's crazy. The action in the third act, the last half hours especially, insane. Jesse Plemons is in one scene. You've seen it in the trailer. That scene is phenomenal. Well, what kind of American are you? Oh my god.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, this movie's phenomenal. I love it. I love Alex Garland. I love men too. Like, what do you mean by that? Oh my god.
Got him. Oh.
Yeah, Alex Garland has not missed for me. 2 5s, a 4.5, and a 4 for me. Civil War is peak. I was talking with Oscar and he was like, "Oh, it doesn't look that good visually." I disagree. The action is very realistic, and the shots of the fight scenes.
Well, then Oscar was just being silly.
Yeah,
because it does look visually crazy.
Yeah, no, the visuals are great. They make it look very realistic, like, cars on the highways, just an emptied out America. It looks super realistic. It's disturbing. It's visually really good. It's intriguing. The pacing is great. The performances are great. Kaylee Spaney's great. Kirsten Dunst is amazing. Wagner, I can't remember his last name. The main male character, really great.
Yeah.
Thufir Hawat from Dune is in this. Holy shit, he's so good.
Oh, Stephen McKinley Henderson, the GOAT.
Yes, he's in this. He's phenomenal. Yeah. I love this movie. I'm gonna go see it again this weekend, I think.
Hell yeah, dude.
I loved it. I freaking loved it. Alex Garland can't miss. He just makes movies that I love. So, yep. That's about it. We'll do what we've been watching. Let me see what I have. We'll count.
Yeah, tell me how many you have outside of our review movies and those two you just talked about.
Yeah. I talked about The Omen last week, right? Or last episode? Okay, so I have 1, 2... I have 4 outside of the review movies and the...
Well, Evan, I've been working every day, and I have 10.
I'm busy. My dad's around,
So, how about I do...
Just do 2.
I'll do 2, and you do 1. Do you want me to start?
Kick it off, because I just did 2.
Alright, cool. So, I watched Stonehurst Asylum. First movie I've ever watched that had Kate Beckinsale in it. Whew.
Dude, you gotta watch Underworld. Underworld's awesome.
She is a beautiful woman. I will say that.
Underworld's cool. You should check that out.
It also has Jim Sturgis in it. You may know him from 21.
I love that movie, dude.
That movie is sick. David Thewlis is in it. Brendan Gleeson is in it. Ben Kingsley is in it. Michael Kern is in it.
What is this called?
Lamborghini Den. Stonehurst Asylum.
Is this a Shudder movie?
No.
Is it a horror movie?
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of good. 3.5 stars. It was pretty okay. And then I watched Won't You Be My Neighbor? It's a documentary about the GOAT himself. GOAT of...
Oh, that is the documentary. Yeah.
That is the documentary. The movie with Tom Hanks is called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Yeah. But it's about the GOAT of all humans. Fred Rogers, just the coolest guy to ever exist. Like, if you didn't watch, like, you meet people that you're just like, man, you're kind of the worst. They probably didn't watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as a kid. They were probably like, this is stuff I watched as a kid, my parents watched as a kid, and I will be showing my kids when they're kids. You know, like, it's timeless. I mean, Fred Rogers. If we could all just be a little bit like Fred Rogers, this world would be an amazing place. What a guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, give us one.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend started Back to the Future, and we're like...
And you've never seen it, right?
I've never seen it. My expectations are too high that I'm convinced I'm going to not like it. I said, let's not watch Back to the Future. How about we watch an Amanda Bynes rom-com from 2003 with Colin Firth when he's sexy as shit? We watched What a Girl Wants. Amanda Bynes is the daughter of a like super high up politician in the UK, so she goes to meet him, Colin Firth. It was peak, 3 stars. Really, really, really entertaining, super enjoyable. Loved it. For an Amanda Bynes movie. Super fun.
That's insane. That you were like, you know what I want to watch instead of Back to the Future? Maybe one of the greatest science fiction movies ever made.
She wasn't locked in, you know?
What a Girl Wants with Amanda Bynes. That's what I want.
She wasn't locked in, you know? I swear to God, because I was like, okay, I'm going to watch The Truman Show. It's going to be a 5-star. I love Charlie Kaufman. I've heard it's like Charlie Kaufman-esque. It's weird. 4 stars. People tell me it's top 5 movies of all time. No, it's 4 stars. So I'm convinced that that's going to be the same thing because my expectations...
Well, guess what? You just need to suck it up and watch it.
I'll watch it at some point. We'll see.
You know what? If you keep acting like this, you're never going to watch it. That's what's going to happen.
Trey, join the film raffle and give it to me.
I need to do that.
And then I'll watch it. It goes up tomorrow.
It does?
Yeah, Thursday.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah. And I will convince... Who runs it again? Is it Max or is it Ryan?
It's Ryan. If you join it, I'll watch it. Because you've never joined it before. So if you join
it... I have joined that. Oh. I just haven't done it in a while.
If you join it, I'll watch it, okay? How about that?
Even if I don't get you?
Yeah.
Okay, done deal.
I promise.
Okay. Shake on it. Shake on it. Okay, done deal. After I watched Won't You Be My Neighbor, I watched The Last Voyage of the Demeter. I had a good time with it.
Yeah, fun.
You got the man himself, David Dastmalchian. Corey Hawkins is great as well. What?
You realize we get to watch Late Night with the Devil tomorrow?
Oh!
Dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm going to be so tired from... Actually, no, I'm working a half day tomorrow, so...
Oh, yeah.
That's a W. Yeah, it was a good time. That's pretty much it. Dracula looked cool.
Did you like the ending?
I don't even remember the ending very well.
Okay, spoilers for Last Voyage of the Demeter for a minute or two. Fast forward, it's been out for a while. The main dude, whatever the fuck his name is, he's in the bar and he sees Dracula in the bar with him. He's not really dead. Kind of.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you like the idea of this becoming a...
I do. Like this guy being like a vampire hunter. Yeah. I kind of like that. I think that's cool. I completely forgot about that till just now.
It's a nice R-rated horror movie. Like, the gore was good. It was fun. It's fun. I'm glad I didn't go see it in the theaters. I think I would have been a little disappointed, but it's a fun home watch.
Yeah. And then after that, I watched, checked off another Shudder exclusive called Dead Shack. That was just kind of okay. It was funny. It was really, really funny, actually. Because of this guy named Donovan Stinson. And it's worth a watch. It has some cool kills, cool idea. Definitely worth checking out. So... yeah, give us your next one.
Better movies I've told you about that are peak as hell.
Well, all of them you're like, yeah, I want you to wait for me to watch part of them.
No. I told you one that I wanted you to wait for me. Watch this.
Okay, well, I was shuffling my watch list, and that's what came up. Stop moaning about it.
Next, I watched Dream Scenario with the GOAT, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And this movie is awesome. It is hysterical. The first half is extremely entertaining and funny. The second half is super creepy and introspective and really creepy. And the very last like 20-30 minutes is super meta and very like applicable to today's day and age.
Hell yeah.
Loved it. It's a very strong 4. If I watch this again, I would not be surprised to see it go to a 4.5. Very, very strong 4. Nicolas Cage kills it. The performances are great. It's hysterical. There's one bit in the middle that had me dying laughing. I highly recommend you watch it. It's on Paramount Plus now. That's where I watched it.
Hell
it's
yeah.
awesome. Go watch it. It's under 2 hours. Super good pacing. Yeah, go watch it. It's awesome. Really, really good.
Hell yeah. Oh, Lord. Let's see here. What's my next one? Oh, watch Night Swim. Because I wanted to. Because Wyatt Russell's in it.
I'm gonna watch it. And the goat, what's her name?
Carrie Condon? A.K.A. Friday.
What is she doing in this movie?
There's a lot of swimming going on. That's what she's doing.
Banshees to this. That's crazy.
And Wyatt Russell's in it. One of my favorite up-and-comers right now. Pretty cool dude. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Just like everybody said.
Half, right?
What?
You gave it a 1.5 stars, right?
Yeah, it was real stinky. Really, really, really stinky. What?
Shut up, Blumhouse.
Yeah, hey man, we all got to come out with stinkers sometimes. Yeah. We're not all Christopher Nolan. We can't actually know he came out with the stinker. It's called Inception.
Shut up.
And then I watched a film that Evan recommended to me, and you can't bitch and moan about me not watching Shudder exclusives
I don't remember.
Well, it's from the GOAT himself, Roland Emmerich. Directors of such movies as Independence Day, 2012, The Day After Tomorrow, Moonfall.
What movie?
I watched White House Down.
Oh my god, what peak.
What? Dude, just cool guys doing cool guy shit. That's how you explain this movie.
Let me say something. This movie is better than Olympus Has Fallen. This movie rips.
Well, I've never seen Olympus Has Fallen, but I can tell you this much. This movie is awesome. It's great.
It's so fun. I did not know that Roland Emmerich directed it. That's crazy shit.
Jason Clarke is in it. Lance Reddick. Tell me what more could you want? Channing Tatum just dropping dudes.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Give us your next one.
Yeah. Yesterday, I watched for the first time The Fly. David Cronenberg's The Fly.
Oh, with Mr. Jeffrey Goldblum.
Yes, sir. Gina Davis. Let me tell you, this movie is amazing. I love body horror. That should not be unknown. The Thing is my second favorite horror movie of all time. I don't know what took me so long to watch this. It's phenomenal. The third act is absolute bonkers. The gore, the effects, it's all peak. The performances are great. It's sad and some funny moments and scary. It's phenomenal. It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it. It's so good. The effects in the third act are outstanding. Some of the best body horror I've ever seen. David Cronenberg, I love him. I'm gonna watch Videodrome very soon. I need to watch more of his movies. Yeah. The Fly is peak. It's so good. 4.5 stars.
Oh, yeah. Well, I already know what my next one is. Probably one of the top 5 crime thrillers of all time. Zodiac.
Queen of the Trap House. Yeah.
Queen of the Trap House. No, Zodiac. It's amazing. You have Jake Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo, Anthony Edwards, Robert Downey Jr., John Carroll Lynch, Brian Cox, Dermot Mulroney, Philip Baker Hall.
Oh.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
This movie is insane. It's so good. You have David Fincher directing, Who wrote this? Did Fincher? James Vanderbilt wrote this. I don't know who that is. Oh, he wrote the Amazing Spider-Peak and the Amazing Spider-Peak 2. Holy cow. This guy is just out here cooking.
Where does this rank on Fincher for you?
Oof, that's really hard. Well, Social Network is my number 1. And then probably Gone Girl. And then probably this.
Dude, this guy's writing credits are... Dude, he wrote White House Down. How'd you skip that?
He did? I didn't see that.
Yeah. You gotta hit more. He wrote Murder Mystery 1 and 2, Peak.
I don't know about that, Chief.
And Scream 5 and 6.
Scream 5 and 6 are good.
He wrote
he wrote The Losers?
Dude, The Losers is so good. Oh my god.
That is a great film.
Banger. He wrote the absolute piece of shit that is Independence Day Resurgence, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, that movie was real stinky.
Really stinky. I saw it in theaters with my dad. We were both like, that movie was terrible.
Yeah. First Independence Day, though.
Good time.
It is a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Zodiac. Was just feeling like watching some Peak. Again, I've been working a lot, so I got to be more selective with what I choose. I just want to watch good stuff.
Almost 3-hour-long movie.
Well, I was like, okay, it's about 7 o'clock. I usually like to go to bed by 10.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I could watch like 2 really stinky Shudder exclusives, or I could watch one like amazing film.
That's
crap. I didn't pause the game. I just watched like two guys while doing that. Crap.
That's fair,
because it's got the pitch clock though. Yeah, so I watched Zodiac. just a little peek. White House Down and then Zodiac. That's double crazy. Feature. That's a cool guys doing cool guy shit double feature right there.
Yeah, that's a W. Basement scene, one of the best scenes ever.
So good.
It's so good.
Give us your next one.
Yeah, my last one before we talk about, for me, before Fury Road and Sherlock Jr. I watched I finished The Fly and I was like, that was peak. I need to balance this out with some stinky stuff. I watched Truth or Double Dare on Tubi. Very, very stinky. Holy smoke. This is a 62 minutes long train.
Is that a sequel to Truth or Dare?
No, it's just the game is more intense because it's double dares instead of normal dares.
Whoa!
Shit, what's it called? The Blackening?
Yes.
It's exact same thing. They're playing Truth or Dare and then somebody is like, oh, you have to keep playing or you're going to die. Exact same movie.
Sick. Sounds awesome.
There's a really funny scene where this super preppy rich dude, he's like, the killer is on the phone. He's like, you have to tell your girlfriend how you got so rich and smart. He's like, oh yeah, I sucked off your dad to get into university. It's crazy shit, Trey. It's crazy.
What the hell? He just like casually just drops that?
Yeah, it's crazy shit. But
wild.
The movie opened with a really sick kill in a parking garage where this dude gets his intestines ripped out and wrapped around his neck.
Holy cow, that sounds sick.
They don't show the kill, but they show the aftermath, and I'm kind of surprised that the gore was that good for how terrible this movie is.
Yeah.
Because that opens it, and then it's like an hour, not an hour, because the movie's an hour long, but like 25 minutes of like just yapping. It was really bad, but also kind of entertaining. Yeah, it was shit. I gave it a half star. shit movie. There you go. Bust out the rest of yours, and then we'll talk about Peak Fury Road.
Bust them out. Okay. Rewatched, or I listened to it while I was at work, but it's a stand-up comedy special.
Okay.
So I think I can still log that. I listened to it.
Oh yeah, I logged some stand-up stuff too.
Shane Gillis is live in Austin. What a guy, Shane Gillis. So funny. And then I got home from work, I watched The Cellar, which is a Shudder exclusive that I am now officially recommending to you. This one had big vibes of stuff like Hereditary and Blackcoat's Daughter and stuff like that. You still need to watch Blackcoat's Daughter, though.
I've seen it. I saw it when it first came out, and I need to rewatch it. I saw it when I actually rented it on iTunes when it very first came out for like $18.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it.
That movie has the juice. But this one was actually really good. It has those kind of vibes. Just a good time. It was on track to be like a 4, 4.5, maybe a 5, but the ending is kind of stinky.
Oh, yeah.
The last like 10 minutes are like, what the hell? This is not as good as the rest of the movie. So it kind of brought it down for me, but it's still worth the watch, you know? The majority of it is really good. So check that one out. It's called The Cellar. Add that to your watch list. And then I rewatched one of my favorite haunted house movies, aka The Haunt. Evan, I don't think you have this logged.
I have not seen this. I've never even heard of this movie.
So this was introduced to me by the GOAT himself, Brett Petersell, writer and curator over at Horrorville. That's the Letterboxd HQ for horror movies. We had him on the pod a while back when it was just me and Jagger. And he gave us some movies to watch so we could talk about them. And this was one of them. First of all, might I say, Mr. Brett Petersell, just crazy good taste in horror movies. Has introduced me to a lot of good stuff. He is the one that introduced me and Jagger to Eric England, director of Contracted, the GOAT. I don't know if he even listens to our pod, but Eric, we love you. You're our favorite person.
We'll have you back for, because he said he wanted to come back for Jordan Peele, Ari Aster, and Robert Eggers.
Hell yeah, man.
Hopefully
we'll do a whole episode. That'd be a crazy episode. Oh, that'd be so sick.
Yeah.
He's such a cool guy, too.
Very cool
Really
guy.
Cool guy.
You guys live very close to each other, too.
I know. I should be like, yo, you want to go get coffee?
Go see a horror movie?
You want to go see a movie with me? No, but Haunt, you should really check this one out. It's fresh.
I've seen the preview or the poster for it before.
It's original. It has some gnarly kills. And it's just a good time. It's definitely worth checking out.
I have another. I feel like I might have recommended this to you before. You gave Haunt a 4.5, right?
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta check that out. This is the one I'm gonna wreck you. I feel like I might have given it to you before, but now that you've seen Mad Max Fury Road, I can give you a comparison. It's called The Devil's Candy, and it's a demon movie about the devil. You know the guy in Fury Road that is attached to the speakers and playing guitar?
Yeah.
Imagine that dude owned a house that got invaded by the devil.
I think this is already on my... Yeah, it's already on my watch list.
Like
it's a Shudder
85
one, right?
minutes long. It is peak. Yeah, it's really good.
Is that the same guy that's in Mad Max?
No, it's just like that similar thing. Like he plays heavy metal and...
Hell yeah, good for him.
It's really cool. It's a really cool movie. Yeah.
Oh, that same guy is in this movie called Late Phases that you need to watch.
Ooh.
That's like a werewolf movie.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's all I have.
Yeah.
What do you want to start with?
You do Sherlock Jr. because I mean, we talked about
Cool.
with Passion of Joan of Arc. I don't fuck with silent films. I haven't found one that clicks with me. Seth recommended me one, Faust, with apparently really amazing visuals from the 20s. I gotta check that out. I don't think silent films are for me. I put this on. I couldn't lock in. I put on Mad Max instead. So yeah, you go ahead. You talk about the stunts.
Yeah. So, holy cow, we're officially in the top 200. Kind of crazy. So. Sherlock Jr. is actually after Mad Max Fury Road, but I'm gonna talk about it first. It's number 198. I wonder what it is on IMDb, if we're into the 8.2s yet. Let's see. But it's a film, I believe, 1924. Holy cow, I got it right. Directed by Buster Keaton, starring Buster Keaton.
8.2s?
No, I was talking about the year that I got it right. Is it an 8.2? It's an 8.2! Ladies and gentlemen, we are past 8.1s. We are on 8.2s. Holy cow.
Bringing up IMDb scores just pisses me off about how low The Master is.
Yeah.
7.1. What are we talking about here? That's crazy.
Insane. But yeah, there's an 8.2 on IMDb. Has a 4.4 overall on Letterboxd. 71, number 71 on the Letterboxd top 250.
Shit.
And yeah, it's a classic. Buster Keaton. If you don't know who this is, because I'm not really going to talk about the film. There's not too much to talk about as far as the film goes, but Buster Keaton, there's a lot to talk about there. Buster Keaton is the original Tom Cruise, except he did crazier stuff than Tom Cruise. They had for Tom Cruise, they have all these safety protocols, and they have like things that like hold him and all this crazy stuff, and they have the harnesses and all this stuff. Buster Keaton was just raw dogging it, dude. He was just like, hey man, I want to jump off the top of that building. And he just jumped off the building.
Damn.
Just like straight up. Was just like, hey, film this. This is going to be in my movie. Whoop. So, yeah, he was a wild man. Definitely was high on the opioids. Because those were actually acceptable back then. That's insane, watching movies that are based in that era where, like, they're like, yeah, she was acting a little goofy, so I gave her some heroin, and she's good now. You're just like, you gave her what?
It was so weird, because I started watching this movie, and I made it to a scene that made me laugh pretty fucking hard. And then
Was it the dollar scene?
Yeah, the dollar scene.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's really funny. And then after that, I was like, I just have a hard time with silent films. I don't know what it is. I love old films. I've seen so many old films that I adore, and I just have a hard time with silent films. I'll go back to this. I had it on. I thought the dollar scene was super funny, but I just feel very disconnected from the film. Watching sound films, but that dollar scene was hysterical. I was laughing.
It's so good.
She's like, oh, I lost $1, and he's like, look in his back pocket. He's just crinkling it up, gives it to her, and then
they're like, he's like, well,
yeah,
that
and
whole
another
thing
person comes up and just like says the same shit. Oh, really funny.
Had me chuckling. But yeah, I mean, Buster Keaton. There's this shot in the movie where I'll set this scene for you. He's chasing around this guy. Like, basically, he's like, it's about this guy who works at a movie theater who wants to be Sherlock Holmes. So he's tailing this guy, and he chases him up to the top of this roof, but the guy tricks him. He wasn't actually on the roof, but now Buster is like trapped on this roof. Like, it's like a 3-story tall building. This is a big building. Yeah. And right next to the roof, like, here's the building, here's the railroad track, and right next to the roof, the things that go in front of railroad tracks to keep the cars from going on them when the train comes past, whatever you want to call those, and they, like, go down, it's up right next to it. And so what my boy Buster Keaton does is he grabs onto it, it's like right next to the roof, and just jumps off and rides it down and lands in the guy's car.
That's a W.
What a Chad. I mean, and it's just like chock full of stuff like this the entire movie. Him standing in between 2 train cars and one of them moving and him getting out of the way. Like, half of the stuff he does in his movie where, like, you look at it and you're like, yeah, he could have died right there. Like, honestly. That could have been the end of his career. So if you're a fan of just, like, stunts, go check out Sherlock Jr., go check out another Buster Keaton movie. He is the OG stuntman. I mean, that's really all I have to say about this. This is worth the watch if you're like if you like to.
45 minutes long too.
It's only 45 minutes. If you like to consider yourself a cinephile, definitely check this one out. It's a classic. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Definitely belongs on the IMDb top 250 Really just, like, I wouldn't have it on my top 250 movies of all time, but, like, favorites, but I definitely think it belongs on here just because of how, like, influential it was and how iconic it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, should we talk about...
I want you to give me your impressions. Because
you
I've
want
seen
my
this
impressions?
movie like 5 or 6 times, so
okay.
give it to me. This is after
So
you've watched
next
all
film,
of the originals too.
I actually didn't watch the third one.
Oh, the first two, whatever.
So, but next film we're talking about, number 199, should not be that low.
Yeah,
it really shouldn't. And that kind of gives you a clue to how I feel about this film.
Definitely.
Mad Max Fury Road. So Evan has been trying to get me to watch this for the past 3 months, and I'm like, it's coming up. I'm just gonna wait until it comes up. And Evan, you haven't even seen any of the originals, have you?
I've seen the first two when I was a kid. I don't remember anything about them.
Okay.
I saw them when I was like 8 or 9. Yeah, so.
Okay. So, and I was like, well, I'm going to watch the originals. They're action movies from the 80s. Mel Gibson is in them before he went crazy, or before, or when he had his crazy on lockdown and nobody knew he was crazy. So I watched Mad Max, and then I watched Mad Max Road Warrior, or Mad Max 2. And then, it was not last night, because it was Monday night. Yeah. I watched Mad Max Fury Road. Now, I had insanely high expectations going into this, because of how hard everyone glazes this movie.
Not just me, it's everyone, yeah. Yep.
It's just cool guys doing cool guy shit.
Yeah.
And cool gals doing cool gal shit. I had a crush on Charlize Theron before this. times 10 now, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, guys are like, I don't want a woman who, like, guys are like afraid of muscle mommies, you know? People like that. Like, I don't want a woman who could beat me up. Yes, please.
I would let Furiosa beat me up.
I'd pay her to beat me to a pulp, please.
With the robot arm.
Yeah. With the robot arm, dude. This movie is just... It has literal juice leaking out of it. Like, all I could think the entire time was Michael Keaton going, the juice is loose.
Yep.
Because it truly is in this movie. It has that George Miller type cinematography where everything is really, like, quick but smooth at the same time. The visuals are insane. Nobody really half-asses it here. Everybody is just full throttle, crazy town. Tom Hardy is crazy. As I said, Charlize Theron is insane as Furiosa. I gotta shout out my boy Nicholas Hoult, though.
Knox, the goat.
Just crazy, with one of the dopest lines. What a day! What a lovely day!
Oh my god!
And then it like transitions, and they're in the middle of that huge dust storm with all the dust tornadoes. Oh man!
The sandstorm with the lightning and the tornadoes. It is. This movie is a visual spectacle. Are you done? Because do you want to keep?
I mean, yeah. It's awesome. It is paced incredibly.
Yeah.
It is paced so incredibly
it's 2 hours
well.
And it does not feel like it.
No, this movie feels like it's an hour.
This movie has two or three scenes where there's not action going down or cars driving fast.
Yeah, for real. Everybody's just driving the whole time, and you're just like, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And I am glad that I watched the originals first, because it kind of gives you a deeper look into Max's character and how he became kind of this like unhinged, cold, like lunatic who doesn't care about anyone. Like, it shows you like little, like, he's obviously hot in this movie. Like, if I was watching this movie without having watched the originals, it's obvious that his character has some sort of trauma because he's constantly like hearing like, help us, Max, why did you leave us, help us, and all this stuff. But having watched the original trilogy, do you mind if I kind of spoil it?
No, yeah, I was actually going to ask you if those flashbacks are characters from the other movies.
Yeah, so essentially it's like what Snap... So the original is like before everything went to crap.
Yeah.
Like, it's said in the synopsis, like, in the not-so-distant future. So this is, like, set, like, 10, 15 years in the future. And Max is a policeman, and there's this gang of hooligans, we'll call them, that show up to his town in Australia. And why is this showing up? Oh. I don't know. What are we doing here, people? I don't know why that did that. Did you do that? That would definitely Evan.
I think it was me.
Gosh darn it, Evan. No, but he has like a wife, and he has a I think it was a daughter. It was a baby. He has a baby, like he has a kid and all this stuff. And so he's like going head to head with this gang constantly because there's like all these other cops, and then there's like Max. You know, they call him Mad Max because like nobody beats him on the road. You know, that's why he's called the Road Warrior, because he's just like a badass behind the wheel of a car. And the bad guys kind of figure out that he has a wife and a kid, and so they capture them, and then the wife kind of runs away, and she's running down the road, and the guys are driving towards her, and they basically run her and the kid over and like kill them. And it kind of snaps Max, and then after that movie, he's like, now I just live on the road, fighting for justice and all that, like that classic story. So that's kind of what those flashbacks are, is like him, because he has like this guilt inside of him that he wasn't able to save like his wife and daughter, which is why you can kind of see him like losing it when Furiosa is almost dying. That's like the one moment in the movie that you can tell like he's kind of breaking. Like, he has it together the whole movie. He's calm, he's cool, he's collected. And then that scene, you can tell. Tom Hardy does such a good job. He's just losing it.
He's great in this movie, and he has, like, less than 25 lines of dialogue.
Yeah, it's insane. But that's why I love this movie so much. It's excellent. It's just a good time. High rewatchability. Very high rewatchability. Just a great film. Just a great film that might break into my top 100 of all time.
Yeah, I'd like to share a really quick story. So, again, I've mentioned D-Box before. It's like 40X if it was just the seats moving. I went to a Dolby Theater with D-Box to see this movie for the first time. This movie, if you haven't seen it, opens with car engines starting and revving. And we're sitting in the seats, and it goes, and the seats are fucking losing it. Oh my god! I was locked in from the moment this movie started. And not to understate how intense the opening of this movie is, but holy smokes! Like, Max gets captured, and he's got this thing, and he's getting tattooed on his back that he's a universal donor. He's sprinting around. He gets to this big cliff, and this movie has insane scale. Yeah, it takes place on one road for most of the movie, but
yeah, that's why they call it Fury Road.
Yeah, the scale is insane, and Nux says it too. He's like, "I'm gonna die on the Fury Road." Like, the scale is insane.
Witness me, witness me.
Yeah. The lore, like, even not seeing any of the other movies, I don't know if they touch on it, but like, you immediately are locked into the lore of the followers of Imperator Joe, who, oh my god, what a villain.
Bro just looks like Bane.
What a crazy villain, like, with his super inbred kids, his son maybe the hardest name in the history of cinema names, Rictus Erectus. Holy shit.
Dude. What more
Crazy.
can you ask for?
That's crazy. Yeah, and then Nux is like, they capture him again, and Nux is like, oh, I want to drive. It's like that scene in The Dark Knight when Joker's like, I want to drive.
Yeah.
Grabs the wheel. They hook Max to the front of his car. They're ripping down Fury Road, and Max is not having a good time.
I
And
wouldn't be either.
he's losing blood again. He is losing blood as this is going on. Doesn't matter. He still pops off. The Sandstorm scene is a visual spectacle. Oh my god, it is stunning. It is absolutely stunning. The action is insane. This movie is almost fully practical effects too. Like,
that's crazy.
Except for like the sandstorm. Like, I think I read like 90% of it's practical. The spears with the explosive tips. Let's talk about the dude. I can't remember his name. Nux's like second in command on his car, who dives off with the dual spears.
Yeah.
Into that other truck. Oh my god, the slow-mo. Holy shit. There is every single scene when they're driving on the road is exhilarating. The action is so good. And then you get the fucking goat. I don't know his name. I don't think he gets a name. This man is there's a dedicated truck on Fury Road to having drums and a man playing a flaming guitar on like Cirque du Soleil type restraints bouncing around, and his guitar shoots flames out of it.
Bro,
it's crazy.
What insane. Like we need a guy who just plays war music.
Yeah, the score is already crazy, but you have this man doing it, and the score feels real. And then, I mean, like at the end of the movie, Max is popping off on this truck, and he's smoking dudes with the guitar, and it's ringing the chords out in the soundtrack. It's crazy. Like,
yeah.
This movie has insane juice.
Insane juice.
The first 30, 40 minutes, I don't know. I don't check the runtime when I watch this movie. I just sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
Crazy. And then it slows down. They, oh my god, the interaction between Nux and Max and Furiosa when they are just the three of them, and Nux is still KO'd. So entertaining. Max is not really talking. Oh, so entertaining.
Yeah.
The whole dynamic with Furiosa and the mothers, I don't remember what they call, trying to find the green place. Really intriguing and interesting when they get there and they're like, oh yeah, you passed it already, and they're like, oh shit. And there's that incredible shot of Furiosa getting down on her knees in the dunes, screaming.
Yeah.
Impeccable. Yep. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Hits hard. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Like, and then the third act is crazy shit. And again, spoilers. Like, dude, going back a little bit, when Max first gets in the car and he's got the gun on them and he's pulling all the guns out of the truck so that he's safe. It's like a 3-minute long sequence of him pulling guns out of random hiding spots. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yeah, Furiosa's fight and then getting stabbed, and that's super sad and intense. And when she says to Nux, I'm gonna need you to drive, and Nux is like, yep, I'm here. His sacrifice, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And Rictus Erectus' death, like, get shit on. Crazy. He just rips the engine out of the truck. Oh my god, what a badass. Such a great villain. Like, this movie, just, like, I'm bouncing around like crazy, but
dude, go for it.
This movie has insane juice. The explosive spears are one of the coolest things, because all these trucks have armor that is super spiky, so it's like you get the fire going through the spikes, cars flipping, cars exploding. Imperator Joe, like, I love the scene when Nux gets back to his truck and he's like, just get me close and I'll get on. And Imperator Joe's like, if you kill her, I'll personally carry you to Valhalla, and sprays the chrome in his mouth. And then he jumps to Furiosa's truck and fucks the jump up, and he just goes, pathetic.
Yeah.
But then, like, he's such a great villain, super entertaining. And then you jump forward like 20 minutes, and Furiosa is at the truck, hooks her fucking spike hand onto his mask, rips his face off. This is not a gory movie. Like, there's no real blood or anything for most of this movie. She rips his face off. It is crazy.
Yeah.
And they show it. Like, it's the only real gore and blood in this movie. It's crazy. Rips his entire face off. Oh my god. Phenomenal. The lore in the, like, sanctuary or whatever you call it. I love when the waterfalls first pour down.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's so happy, and they're like rejoicing in the water, and the moment they shut off, it's pure chaos and fighting to the death for water. And Joe is like, oh, you can't get reliant on water because then you'll fight in its absence. Like, this movie establishes such an insane amount of lore and world building in 2 hours for a chaotic land that is just every man for himself. And Max is such a fun character to watch because, like, like I said before, he barely says a word. He's stoic as shit, and he's saying one word. Like, he's got that classic, that's bait. It's so good. He's super to watch.
That's bait.
Yeah, like, and then, like, the whole thing with the sisters, like Imperator Joe's, wives, super entertaining, super interesting. The world building is shocking for an insane action-packed movie. There's a shocking amount of world building. Like, this is a flawless action movie. It's got world building, insane action, the performances are great, the effects and, like, the action itself looks out of this world.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's my third favorite action movie of all time. Could go to number 2. It's kind of a toss-up for number 2 with Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah. What's number 1?
John Wick 4.
Oh, okay.
Not even a contest. But 2 and 3, like, I could go either way.
Yeah.
They're both phenomenal. But yeah, I've seen Fury Road 5 or 6 times now. I adore it.
You need to watch
amazing.
The originals, dude.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna binge. I'll probably binge all 3 of them and then rewatch Fury Road because it maybe will just make me like it even more.
It probably will. It adds to the lore, man.
I adore Fury Road. It is so, like, yeah, you can lock into the lore, or you can put this movie on and go cargo room, big guns, big boom, and just turn your brain off and have fun. Like, it's got something for everybody. It is just so fun and so good. It's so good.
if you're like a dude who just loves action movies, here's what this movie has got. Fast cars. Explosions. And hot women. What more could you ask for?
And Tom Hardy.
Those are the 5 essentials. Fast cars, explosions, hot women, Tom Hardy. What more do you want from me?
It's phenomenal.
And
it's absolutely phenomenal.
when I was watching it, you know the mother who dies?
Yeah.
The first one? I was like, dude, I recognize her.
Yeah.
I feel like I, like, just watched her in something. You know what she's in? She's in, like, nothing. Her name is, Rosie Alice Huntington Whitley. She's English. But you know what else she's in?
What's that?
Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon. She plays Sam's girlfriend.
That's crazy.
Also, talk about a guy who shouldn't pull as well as he does.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf first pulls Megan Fox somehow.
And then he pulls a literal supermodel.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
Supermodel. Yeah.
Bro has got to be hung.
Supermodel in the Transformers universe, an actress who is also a supermodel.
Yeah, bro has got to be hung.
Yeah.
That's all we got to say.
Yeah. Fury Road is phenomenal. It's one of the best action movies of all time.
Yeah.
I am both cautiously like I'm excited and also kind of reserved for Furiosa just because like we'll see. Like I want to think that it's gonna be peak, but I'm also like, oh, it's not gonna be as good. We'll see. Chris Hemsworth, Anya Taylor-Joy, like the trailers are great. I'm excited, but I'm also scared. So, yeah. But Fury Road is timeless. It is one of the best action movies of all time. And you know me, I adore action movies. Like I just gave Monkey Man a 5. Like I love action movies. So, yeah, Fury Road is perfect.
Yeah.
It does not have a flaw. It is so well paced. It's got great lore, great world building, great characters. It's funny. Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Who plays? Do you follow Ayo Edebiri on Letterboxd? Have you read her read her review for this. It's kind of insane.
I'll have to find it.
Who plays the guitar guy? Who plays the guitar guy in Mad Max? The Doof Warrior. That's his name. That's an insane name.
That's crazy.
I'm Iota. Oh, he's oh shit. Well, Ayo Edebiri, her review says, obviously everyone knows this movie is really hard for me to watch, as in 2009 I lost my virginity to the Doof Warrior who plays the flaming electric guitar.
God, what the fuck?
Don't like to talk about it publicly because it was one of the worst breakups of my life. It's just hard and strange. They say you don't really live in LA until you see someone you slept with on a billboard. But what about when the Doof Warrior, who you lost your virginity to, absolutely slays in Mad Max Fury Road? What then? Where do I live then? Realize I might be getting off topic. I think this is actually just a testament to how good the film is, that I can still watch it, even though someone who I truly cherish and who I thought cherished me back, but ultimately wanted me only for my body, is in it. Everyone else is good too, I guess.
That's awesome.
And she gave it a 4.5.
Nice. All right, Trey. I say we either do top 5 action stunts or we save it for the next episode because I'm very sleepy and I have work tomorrow.
All right, let's just bust out top 5 action stunts.
Yeah, okay, let's pick one from Mission Impossible. We got the helicopter scene from Mad Max or from Fallout. We have the plane scene.
I don't think it's even a competition. Him jumping off a cliff on a motorcycle.
Okay, I haven't seen Dead Reckoning yet. I still haven't seen it, but we do have Rogue Nation. Him holding onto a plane as it takes off.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go Rogue Nation, plane.
Yeah, okay.
One that we can definitely both agree on. There will probably be 2 or 3 from this movie, but the Chad Christopher Nolan blowing up a Boeing 747.
Yes. Crazy shit.
John David Washington and Robert Pattinson climbing the side of a building.
Yeah, Tenet, we can just... Another Christopher Nolan I want to shout out is the Dark Knight Rises when they're hanging onto the plane at the beginning.
Yes.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Do you like The Matrix? Have you seen The Matrix?
Yeah.
Matrix 2, Highway Chase?
I haven't seen Matrix 2.
God damn it.
I'm going to shout out, I can't remember what his name is, but the guy who directed Extraction 1 and 2.
Yep.
There's a scene in Extraction 2. It's an insane car chase, and the camera feels like it's like put on the front of the car chasing the other car, so you're like right behind the car being chased. And then you figure out that they put the director, they put him in this harness on the front of this car, and he sat there with this huge camera like this and filmed this car chase like that.
Let me one-up you real quick, because I don't know if you've seen The Raid.
No, I haven't.
Well, in The Raid 2, they disguised the cameramen as camera seats, as car seats. So they were wearing car seats, holding
Holy
cameras.
cow.
This is a one-take car chase. One of the best car chases of all time. Maybe the best. It's peak.
Yeah.
One I want to shout out. The beginning, you haven't seen it yet.
Nope.
In the beginning of Casino Royale, there was a parkour chase scene on cranes in the sky.
Oh, I remember that.
Peak. Absolute peak. Oh, no, you have seen Casino Royale, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Really great.
Yeah, because it has one of the greatest final lines of all time.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He's like, the name's Bond. James Bond. And then it goes into the credits and like, ba, 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 boom, ba, boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Peak.
But
John
yeah,
McFlure falling down the stairs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. Anything from the Jackass movies.
Dude, I wanted to show out Jackass. Yeah, there's some crazy shit in there.
All right, we're going to finish this up because Evan is actively falling asleep.
I'm sleepy. We'll talk about it more. Like, I'm sure we'll review an action movie soon. We'll talk about it more. We'll do top 10 action movies of all time.
Yeah,
I
so
apologize.
if
the schedule is a little different while Trey is doing his double jobs.
Well, this is how it's gonna be from now on.
Yeah.
Because of my new job.
Oh, yeah.
Where I get paid more money.
Hell yeah.
All right, next few episodes. This Friday, we're reviewing Inherent Vice and Phantom Thread. Very excited for that. Continuing our PTA
I gotta watch this.
Director Deep Dive. And then next Tuesday, we're reviewing Wild Tales and the Wages of Fear, which I've never heard of either of those.
Same.
Let's see, Wild Tales,
like
2014.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this is a Spanish film from Argentina.
Nice.
6 short stories that explore the extremities of human behavior involving people in distress.
I like anthologies. That's cool. I'm excited.
That sounds kind of cool. And then Wages of Fear. The Wages of Fear, 1953 adventure movie from France.
Love them French.
In the South American jungle, supplies of nitroglycerine are needed at a remote oil field. The oil company pays 4 men to deliver the supplies in 2 trucks. A tense rivalry develops between the 2 sets of drivers on the rough, remote roads where the slightest jolt can result in death. Hell yeah,
hype.
dude.
That
sounds sick as hell.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch those this weekend. Hell yeah. And then after that, we're done with PTA. We got one.
Yeah, we got one more where you got Licorice Pizza.
Licorice Pizza.
I don't feel that way, but okay. And then after that, we have after Wages of Fear and Wild Tales, we are discussing The Third Man, which I don't know what that is.
I've heard of it.
The Third Man.
That's a famous director, I think.
Carol Reed.
That's a mystery movie. I've seen the poster.
Yeah. Yeah. The Third Man, and what was that other one? Oh, Memories of Murder, which I've never seen, but I'm excited.
Shit. That's crazy, Trey. It's so good.
Oh, man. So is Wild Strawberries, is that a Tarkovsky?
That's a Bergman. We got Wild Strawberries. Dude, it's
yeah, but we also get to do Deer Hunter that same episode.
Oh my god, dude! No, Wild Strawberries is peak. Trust. It's so good.
Deer Hunter is peak too.
Wild Strawberries better.
Yeah. That's what we got coming up. Obviously, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Thanks for listening today, and we will see you on Friday.
Heck yeah.